Hey everybody, BarrenDome here. My last video I was messing around with some untextured snowballs, and no, it was not a custom texture pack. These particular snowballs really were not textured. Now, before I get into talking about the untextured snowballs, let me give you a quick explanation about the missing textured items on 2B2T. So on 2B2T there are several blocks and items that are missing their textures. All of these fall into one of two groups. Either they're alpha blocks, or they're untextured items. Let's start with the alpha blocks. There are a few blocks that fall into this category. Now there could be more of these, but these are the ones I know about on 2B2T. First we have the various alpha leaves. There's oak leaves ID 18.4, jungle leaves ID 18.7, and more jungle leaves ID 18.15. Then there's the alpha stone slabs, also known as the wood oak slabs, ID 44.2. All of these blocks we call alpha because at one point in the past Minecraft version, these blocks did exist as valid blocks. But as Minecraft got updated through the years, certain blocks for the game would get removed as they were no longer needed. Now, while in a single player world, this may not be an issue, but for a server like 2B2T that's been on the same map for almost 9 years and has been upgraded through every Minecraft version from beta 1.2 all the way up to 1.12.2, these now discontinued alpha blocks can remain in the game. It's just that the current Minecraft texture pack for that version doesn't have a valid texture for that item. Now let's talk about the untextured items. Currently the two that I know about are the Iron Horse Armor, ID 417, and the Snowballs, ID 332. Unlike the alpha blocks where their ID is no longer valid, these are valid IDs for the Iron Horse Armor and the Snowballs. The reason that they're having a missing texture is because that they have a damage value of 1. Normally, items that don't track their durability have a damage value of 0. And the reason that the Iron Horse Armor and the Snowballs have a damage value of 1 is because they were spawned in by a player that had backdoor access. You see, years ago when several players had backdoor access to 2B2T, they were spawning in tons of different item IDs with varying levels of damage. This was in hopes that in the future when 2B2T updated to a newer version of Minecraft, that those previously unknown block IDs would become valid and possibly rare items. Now that we got a bit of the history of these out of the way, let's talk about the untextured snowballs. What is really interesting about them is that depending on the order that they are either picked up or dropped on the ground, other snowballs will take on the damage value of the other snowballs. So from my previous video, you may have saw where I dropped a normal snowball on the ground, and then I dropped an untextured snowball. And then both snowballs would then become untextured. And the reverse is also true. When I dropped an untextured snowball on the ground first, and then a normal snowball, both snowballs became normal snowballs. Also, since they have a damage value, you can't craft snow blocks from them, since the crafting recipe calls for undamaged snowballs. This is the same thing that happens if you try to craft a dispenser with a slightly damaged bow. It won't craft since the bow needs to be full durability. So there you go, a quick video about 2B2T's missing textured blocks and items, and a bit further info about the untextured snowballs. With that, I'm BarrenDome, and I'll catch you all later. See ya.